Hi, this is Sherry from the blog OurLifeHomeschooling.com, where I post homeschooling encouragement for everyday moms. It's spring. I am excited about the warm weather. I am ready to get out in my garden and to get the kids outside without having to put on boots and coats and mittens and all that goes along with that. So I'm going to be talking in this video about life skills to teach in spring. When the warmer weather hits us, I like to take school outside. We still do, the basics of math and writing and all those base subjects, but we do scale back a little bit and just spend a little bit more time including things that are more like life skills to some of the work we do every day. I would say the majority of our book work happens more in the winter months, maybe from January to March. You're inside a lot, and so we just get a lot done in those months, probably twice as much as we do other times. And when spring comes, we continue with some of the regular subjects, the important ones that they should always be working on, but we do a lot of work outside. We have some friends and family that have jobs that are supervisory type positions where they're working with young adults who are just entering the workforce. And just hearing some of their stories of how these young, 19 or 20-year-olds are entering the workforce and don't know how to cook, don't know how to do their own laundry, just some basic hygiene skills. It's just reminded me how important it is that we involve our kids in a lot of the work that we regularly do so that when they leave our house, they have some of that knowledge and they're ready to do things on their own. I'm going to be sharing some life skills that are suitable to teach in the springtime, but when I say teach, I'm really thinking more like having your kids come alongside and do with you the things that you're already doing. In spring, we are doing a lot of spring cleaning. We are getting out in our garden and just hoeing it up and planting some seeds. We're also switching over our winter and spring clothes. And I'm not thinking that we need to take them by the hand and step by step give them a lesson on how to do these things. But for us, we like to just do all these skills that we normally do and include our kids as part of it because it's good for them to see us model what we do, but also not to just be spoon-fed how to do everything, for them to just learn by themselves, to learn how to do these skills on their own. If you like to garden, this is a great thing to involve your kids in. When we start out our garden, we usually start it inside with seeds, and I have the kids help me plant seeds inside, and then once it gets warmer, we are out there. Now, a lot of the work my husband and I do ourselves. We usually hoe the garden and kind of clean it out, but they come in and out and they help. And I think it's great for them to be a part of that. They can learn how to use a hoe, how to furrow a row and plant seeds, especially the planting. It seems like they all want to be involved in that part of it. Even after that, the regular maintenance of watering the garden every day and watching the sprouts come up. It's great for them to learn the difference between a pepper plant and a tomato plant, a bean plant, knowing that certain seeds you have to plant indoors weeks ahead of time, other seeds you can plant right around Mother's Day, and just kind of understanding. Gardening is something that no matter how much you know about it, you can always be growing and learning more, which is why I think it's a great thing to involve kids in doing with your family. After the cold weather of winter, I don't know about you, but our cars really need an overhaul. They're dirty from the salt on the roads, the inside, we're not as clean in the winter months getting in and out of the car because it's just so cold. We want to get inside the house, and a lot of times we've just left, papers and just things that need to be cleaned out. So as we clean our cars, this is a great time to involve our kids. Just give them a big bucket of soapy water and some wash rags and let them go to town. They're not going to do as good of a job as we would do, but it's great for them to be included and to see that this is something that needs to be done and to have part in it. You can give them a shop vac and have them vacuum the car out. Have them clean out the paper and the wrappers and all those little things that usually the kids are the ones that are leaving those things in the van or in the car. And if they have to take part in cleaning that up, then that might help them to remember not to leave their stuff all over. So cleaning the car would be something great for them to be a part of. Also, as they're getting their bikes out and starting to ride their bikes again now that the weather's warmer, usually our bikes need some general maintenance, maybe pumping air into a tire, fixing a bike chain. These are things that would be great to teach them while you're doing that process of fixing those things. One thing that would be great for older kids is to teach them how to use a jack, how to change a car tire, how to jump a car. As they're getting their driver's license, these are skills that are really handy if they're stuck on the side of the road. With the warmer weather, we are more apt to be outside in the neighborhood, walking around, out shopping. And a lot of times I run into teenagers or kids, I might be walking on the sidewalk and pass someone, and it always bugs me when you walk right by someone and they don't even look at you or smile and say hello. I think it's great to just model for our kids. When you walk by someone, you take the initiative, smile at them, say hi. When it's appropriate, just engage in light conversation. Why should we be living in such close communities with each other and not even having relations and talking with them? Of course, this might also be a good time to talk about stranger safety where that's appropriate, especially with younger kids. But encourage your kids to be friendly and when they're out shopping, to engage with the cashier and to have, conversations and not just be in their own little world. Especially with technology, I think we can all just kind of close into our own little space. And that's not necessarily a good thing. This would be a great time to include your kids in your grocery shopping. Make them a part of planning your list. When you're in the grocery store, compare pricing. Also, for them to learn how to make change. We play a game when we get to the cash register, and they can see the total. As I'm handing the cashier the cash or whatever I'm going to pay for it, I have the kids guess the change. As you are out and about, this would also be an opportunity for your older kids to be looking for summer jobs. You can use this chance to help them apply to different places and even go through with them how you would talk through how you would go through an interview and what kind of things you would say and what answers you would give to certain questions, just to help prepare them for a job interview. Spring is also a time that we do a lot of cleaning around here. Look around the house and whatever work that you see that you want to catch up on with organizing or with washing windows, maybe going through your linen closet and putting away all of your winter snow pants and boots, whatever spring cleaning that you have on your list, just bring the kids in and involve them in it and make them a part of the work so that they are just working alongside us and seeing the kinds of things that we do in the spring when we're cleaning and getting the house back in order. Some of the things that I've had my kids do with me is washing windows. A lot of times I'll give a little toddler a screwdriver and have them just go around and tighten all the knobs on our cabinet doors and drawers, and they always seem to like that. One other job on our list is to switch out our winter clothes and bring in our spring clothes. If you're a mom with lots of little children, this always felt like such a big job to me and something I kind of dreaded, because I could get maybe 2 or 3 kids done in a day, and that would be all day. And especially, with the warmer weather, I just wanted to be outside, but I had to be in doing this job. So your kids, if you have all little ones, they may not be old enough to do any of this with you or on your own. And you just kind of have to work through that until they are old enough. But as soon as they are old enough, I have always hesitated to let them switch their clothes over. This year, all of my kids asked, can we switch our clothes over? I want to do it myself. And I let them. I was a little hesitant to do that, but I let them all the way down to my 7-year-old. And I have had to go back of course, not as much with my older ones, but with my 7-year-old, with my 9-year-old, and I'll have to go in after them. But I found that it really did save me work and was worth letting them try to switch it over. I mean, I gave them some prerequisites. Everything has to get back in the tub and you can't leave a mess, and you've got to do a really good job if you want to do this. But it did help to at least alleviate some of the burden on me so that I could just go in and kind of finish things up and I didn't have to do everything. So you might want to consider that if you have kids that are old enough to switch their clothes over. And it's great for them to make those decisions about what to keep, what to throw away, what's too big, what's too small. It's a constant decision-making process. One thing that I think is good to teach any time of year is cooking, because we are always cooking. And it's just something that's a part of life. So there's always things to learn. I think it's good to teach all kids just some basic cooking skills, how to use a can opener, how to crack an egg, how to cut up vegetables. There's so many basic skills. They should always be learning those as you're working every day, cooking meals and things. This would also be a great time to teach them how to make some of those spring meals that we enjoy, like salads. When you're making a salad for a meal, just give one of them all the ingredients and, let them try it. The thing that I like about salads is that they're so colorful that I think the kids are more eager to try to make a salad, especially fruit salads. They like to add all the different colors to see, and when they see how pretty it looks, it's just something that they're proud of. Another thing that my kids like is to make smoothies. Of course, we have recipes that we use for these, but it's okay to even just let them choose their own ingredients and experiment. So as you are doing different projects around your house for spring, maybe cleaning or cooking or switching clothes, fixing your vehicles, whatever it is that you're doing, I encourage you to include your kids in that process so that they can see and it can be modeled for them the different life skills that we have to do through different seasons of the year. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for listening in. If you're new to my channel, would you do me a favor and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel? Or head on over to the blog and subscribe to my newsletter. I send a newsletter of homeschooling encouragement out every week. See you next time.